Alright, welcome back everyone, and today I'm going to do something a little different. I'm going to see how quickly I can make the glaciation event happen. So yeah, I'm going to be just speeding through as quickly as I can. So this will be quite interesting. Right. So right away, one of the things we're going to be adding on to our cell will be a thylakoid. So I gotta get through all the other stuff first. I'll probably also try to use the migration manager a little bit more this time around. Try and spread our species to other patches a little quicker instead of just letting the game do it on its own, or have other species speciate and then take over other patches. Alright. Take a look at this earlier. Alright. Migration manager. I'm going to put a few of this in here. Like that. Thylakoid. Where's the siren? Can't do that yet. Got icy blue. Alright. Off we go. Looks like there's already another group that has gained thylakoids, which would make sense. I'll see a lot of our own creation. Here's some hydrogen sulfide sort of popped in. That was something I do believe was added in the most recent update. Have some more shifting of compounds within the patches. Alright. Of course, gotta do that. Another rest of siren. And just increase that a bit more since we were able to. And we'll say that later on we're likely to be just sitting around a lot. So that probably will be a little bit more boring. I do love the sort of chaos that you always end up seeing in these early stages of the cell stage in Thrive. Just all the different cells running around, the chaos. It's kind of fun. More speciations happening. Can't go anywhere else from there. I can have you go over here. We are going to do that. resistance a bit more. We have pretty high oxygen concentration right now. It's pretty good. All right, off we go. I'll actually have a quick moment. Let's take a look at this. So, okay, they've dropped, of course. Yeah, I was doing that. That one is stayed in that drop and then change there. Looking good so far. That guy's toxic. I should be careful. Ugh. Yeah, I checked out the dev build actually a few days ago. Just kind of for my own fun. Alright. A lot of things here are starting to become just variations of us. Got just a normal impact there. We can already pull off. Yeah, we can already pull off the nucleus. Yeah, I'm gonna do it. All right. Well, we're gonna have to do a lot more sitting around now, especially right off the bat. I'll be able to survive the night. Just let myself drift. Come on. Okay. Managed to survive, luckily. That was a very risky move, though. We're definitely meeting a massive population hit. It looks like toxins are becoming pretty major. I'm about to go in the editor. There we go. Also, I do hope, keep on seeming to have issues with the volume with my microphone in these videos. Hopefully this is better now. I did, oh, that's cool. I did go and, actually move my microphone closer to me. So I'm hoping that actually works a lot better now. Well, we're gonna get the ferroplast pretty soon. I didn't consume anything. It's not in here, and then that can't even do. All right. I'm curious once again how the other branches are starting to actually pick up a bit more steam. They're still kind of small, Also, there was a lot of speed change events that happened there, right off of us. If I remember correctly, I think it might have been this update, might be just currently in the dev build, but I do think there was a change with the membranes. I know there's gonna be some more environmental stuff being added in, like I think there's some clay that's gonna be added in. If you've seen some of the kind of like update posts that we do as a dev team, I think there's some more current related things as well. I actually don't know off the top of my head anything else going on with the next update, but hopefully it should also, well, bring about the completion of the first stage of the game, finally. Alright. I think that's good. For now again. For now. I have been also working quite a bit on the 3D models for the actual Spec Evo project itself. There might be some slight updates with some of the models before I actually go through with them for the actual like first true video of the whole project, I would say. But it's pretty good though. I still have to do all kind of the sessile clay currently. I did make the first plant, since the yellow plants are already going to have like an actual plant form sort of already. When they go into land, they're going to be the first like real aquatic plants, having formed stems and leaves and all that. Green plants, they're going to come onto shore kind of in like a blob state, I guess you could say. And then from there, they're going to take on more recognizable body plans to what we consider to be plant-like. Populations are surviving, but they are struggling. Alright. Many of them in this patch with me. You are. That has been running one of those. How to get that to work. Okay. Let's go with that. But yeah, it's quite a decent amount of work, I would say, already going into the project itself. I also do plan on hopefully getting some actual pictures and artwork for it before I actually go and make the next video, probably from both fellow developers and maybe even the community itself. That's something I sort of want to check with the rest of the dev team on before doing it, since it is going to be a project involving, well, Thrive. And some of those images, even from the community, could potentially end up being used as loading screens as well. Hence, kind of one of the big reasons why I want to make sure we're all on board with that before I do any sort of concrete announcement on that. If I do end up doing that, oh, glaciation event's about to trigger very soon. Yeah, before I end up doing something like that, I also want to make sure that all the models are also prepared and ready to kind of go as well. If that makes sense. Why not? Why not throw on a spike? Come to me. Fine. Small guys again. Oh, they're gone. Bugger. Still a lot of speciation events coming off of us, even though we still seem to not be doing the best. Hey, maybe some of the other ones in the other patches are speciating a bit more than I am specifically. I know I did it for some of the future playthrough stuff, but I do want to go through and do playthroughs with the different membrane types, just to have videos on those at some point. So looking down here, I'm doing all pretty well. I always love just species going back to single hexes of things. It just seems so weird to me that the game does that in such a common occurrence. Cellulase. I think I had a spike. Yeah, for the videos for the actual spec Evo project and the whole loading screen stuff, I'm gonna make sure that all kind of makes sense, write a whole script just so I don't kind of jump around like I kind of did in the first one. So hopefully I'll have everything taken care of ahead of time, and I won't feel like I'm just bumbling around too much. Can't do that. Let's see. Shin peon. Egonis. It's a different one. That was a little frustrating. I change page to sessile for the other members, and also move the nucleus down. So, okay. I'm trying to move all this thylakoids to the front. The ferroplast up there. Okay. Another bit of a struggle here. But I feel like I can handle it. Just get over here to the iron. I know one thing we actually discussed, I think on our dev Discord, is actually about oxygen percentages in the patches, because this is way higher than we even have on Earth for like our actual atmosphere. Because a lot of the patches in this game get you like 50%, sometimes a little bit higher. Like Earth, it's like maybe 20-30% atmosphere-wise. So it's kind of high. But I mean, who knows? We'll have to see if we do anything with it. We may just leave it. Oh, kind of want to see if I can eat this guy. Or I can eat it. I can eat that. It may be big, but I can't eat it. And it also just went extinct. Man, I am not good for some of these other things. Alright, the endosymbiosis wise. You are baggage of 2. I don't even think you're in here. You're the okay. I don't even have any of those in there. CPSVV. And that's related, but not anything we got. Okay. All right. So that gets moved a bit. Then I do that. Tablosomes there. All right. There's no point in me really doing anything there. Back into the world. You may also be able to hear my mom's dog right now. I do not know, actually, if you are able to. Oh, God, I am taking a lot of damage from that spike. I'm still too small. Bummer. So I'll just go back and hide here. The oxygen percentage now 55% in this patch. Dear Lord. That is a lot. Yeah, I guess more with the Spec Hero project though. Oh god, I'm getting a little quiet. I hope you could still hear that. But involving the whole Spec Hero project, I do hope to also include some community members for some like of the names of species and all that, just to have a bit of fun in that regard. Oh, population increased a little bit. That's nice. Oh, I like that purple. It's so colorful. Okay, so yeah, you have decent prep. Did I actually sense that note? Oh yeah, I did. Let's get us into all the patches. Well, I saw, just general patches, I guess. Yeah, I hope to allow community members to have an input on some stuff, or to participate still in the whole Spec Hero project itself. What's that one? We'll give that a shot at least. Yeah, overall though, so I want to keep quite a bit of community interactions available with the whole series, just so the community can have a bit of fun along with everyone else who's helping me with it. Although while they may not be actually, designing actual creatures in it, that'll be mainly up to me and probably other devs. Mostly myself though. I think it would definitely be nice to have that sort of addition of allowing community members to do art for it. Then I could then put in my videos in some, which could also then make it into the game itself as loading screens. Get around that piece of ice. I'm going to try and get my endosymbiosis to occur. So I can catch up to the thing. Because it's not, because I'm pretty sure that's it right there. No, that's not you. Alright. It looks like it's still here, so that's good. It looks like glaciation has ended. Alright, that's actually really good. Have a chloroplast we can add on. Do that. What's our patch at? 56.71% oxygen. The only thing I could add would be that. Yeah, why not? There we go. You should get one of me right off the bat. actually move a bit so I can try and get rid of the ice that's still in this area. See, there's still some ice there. Also, I guess another thing I could mention is that I actually sent a dev an actual version of Patagonia that I made that they could use to do map testing stuff with, so that might pop up on occasion. And now it looks like they're both gone. Of course. Though I don't think they're extinct from the planet, though. Which, I mean, that, though, is something else I do know. It's mentioned is a bit of work to avoid species just going extinct like that if you're doing a no symbiosis with it. That, like that. 25. We'll just bump this up a bit more. This is also generation 14. I can't remember if I've mentioned it in another video or not, but even though the main focus for it is going to be as a loading screen, I don't want just the images for this whole project to be the only things used for the loading screens. I want there to be other loading screen images that aren't a part of it. I mean, just so there is some differences and all that. And it doesn't just all feel the same. But the main focus probably will be on the one that I've been working on. So I would assume the other loading screens probably won't have any like full connectivity going on. And also, half a mile. Let's look at the the evolutionary tree. So I like to do it every once in a while. But yeah. Oh my lord. Really just want to have fun, and also I guess if you've seen in the latest kind of community post that we had, they did mention that I had talked about my kind of vision for Thrive, and most of it is for the space stage, and I do talk a little bit about the actual loading screen project that I am working on, and sort of how some of it's going to work into that. That's really where I'm going to probably start taking a lot more of a kind of a front, yeah, I guess like a front row seat, you could say, to working on the game itself, even though I won't be, coding anything. I'm just more invested in like where the game's going with that part, because I am a sci-fi nerd. So can I consume this? I wonder. I can. Okay. Sit here a little bit. I want to make sure I don't pop it out too quickly when I come back out of the editor. I think I'll be fine. Down a little bit. Just cancel that. I really don't get much use out of other stuff there, sadly. Well, I'm just going to have an actual mitochondria. I think what else I could do here. makes sense to add a lysosome and just be safe with that. And why not? All right. Actually, that one. Just one of those little single guys. Got me an impact. I got the mitochondria. One there. I guess technically though this video has ended since we got glaciation event already. Let's see over the whole thing. When did the glaciation start, actually? So at 900. And does not say when it ended. These skits so long. Remember before I had the actual kind of like tree I had made I went through a game and using all this to try and map out a tree so that someone could try to use it. I'll be honest, I don't know if it wasn't even, I legitimately don't know if we're showing every single species in it, because I would have things just pop up randomly and I hadn't seen it in the prior one or even knew where it came from. Okay, so it ended in 1,200 million years. Okay. And I think it was 900, if I can get there. Sorry if you can hear the mouse wheel. I think it's one more, if I remember correctly, because I think it was 900. Okay, yeah. It's 900 to 1,200, so that's like 3 years. Well, not 3 years, 3 generations. I mean, I guess technically I've done what I set out to do. So, I guess I'll end this one here. Thank you for watching, and have a good day, everyone.